In the next few minutes, I want to share some ancient secrets from my land. This should help mitigate the stress that we face in today's life, and especially in today's corporate life, work life. Let me start by sharing one very old story, a battle that took place very long back in the north of India, and massive armies are standing against each other on their horses, chariots, with the bows, with the swords, with the arrows, with the spears, and there's a charioteer, Sri Krishna, who's leading the chariot of a warrior, Arjuna. And as they stand there at the beginning of the war, Arjuna is feeling very uncomfortable before starting the war, and he has a few questions to Krishna. Sri Krishna's answers to those questions has always led us and given us a lot of good advice in those answers. There are a lot of questions he asks, and the first question, one question which is important for today's discussion, is Arjuna says that on both sides of the battlefield are my relatives. Okay, on both sides. Okay, they are my uncles, they are my cousins, and in this war I will have to fight and kill my relatives. I'll have to defeat them. How can I do that? How can I do that? How can I kill my own brethren? So Krishna here introduces the concept of Dharma, and he says that while there are obvious bitter and negative actions that will happen, but always remember the larger Dharma for which this fight is being fought. A loose translation or equivalence of the word Dharma in English should be probably your value system, your larger purpose. Okay, and Sri Krishna appealed to Arjuna to look at his Dharma, and the Dharma in this case was the battle between good on one side and evil on the other side, even if they were all relatives and cousins of each other. The Dharma was more important than the relationship of the two sides in battle. The good and the evil battle was more important. The other question which is of relevance to us, where the other two concepts get introduced, is where Sri Krishna, Arjuna asked Sri Krishna that what I see in front of me on the other side of the battlefield are brave people who learnt with me in the same school of archery and other stuff. They are very brave warriors, and there are thousands of them. Can we win against them and get this throne, the kingdom of Hastinapur? The Phal, as Krishna called, the Phal or the equivalence in English should be fruits or the outcome of this battle. The results was to rule, it was power. So whoever wins, the outcome was to rule over the kingdom of Hastinapur. But Krishna tells him not to focus so much on that result, but to look at your immediate karma that you need to do and take it section by section. And the immediate karma is that there is there are going to be ongoing opponents who are going to come, and your job is to kill and win over them. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead to the next wave of warriors and defeat them. That's your immediate karma. So he brings in two concepts, the karma and the fruit. Fruit or phal. Phal is the outcome, the result. And karma, a loose translation would be the process, the task involved in the process. So he says, don't focus on the result. Focus on the process, the day to day, session by session. Today what you need to do in the first half, and then the second half, and then tomorrow first half. All this is so relevant for us. The concept of dharma, karma and phal. I wanted to think about this as we start this new year. And all of us have now goals and targets to achieve in this year. Irrespective whether you are the sales people or you are some other department, but all of us have KPIs and goals to achieve. And when you start and look at this in January now, on what you have to achieve after 12 months, the goals might seem daunting, might seem impossible. How will I do this? It's impossible, I can't achieve this. But remember what Sri Krishna said, the cause of stress is because you are focusing on the goal. If you can detach yourself from the goal but focus on the process instead, all the tasks involved in the process, continue to focus on them and continue to work on the task, you'll realize your stress is coming down completely. And when I say detach yourself completely from the goal, because even if you got half an eye there or one eye at the goal and one eye at the task, it doesn't work. You need to focus on the task. Let's take an example. If you are a sales guy, your order growth or sales growth is your phal or your target, but your karma or the process or the task involved in the process is to do suspecting, call up customers and build a prospect base, warm them and develop them, build a pipeline, make offers, keep engaging them daily, talking to them, get to a stage where you can propose and then finally convert a large percentage of them into orders. That's the whole cycle, from building demand to closing. That you need to do every day, and you need to break this whole thing into process tasks which are happening every day. When you focus on that, you don't focus on stress. You are not getting stressed because of that mountain which is to be climbed at the end of the year. Don't look at that. Focus on each piece that you have to do every day, the karma. If you focus on the process and detach yourself from goals, you will actually see real big growth. Just don't worry about the results. The results will happen. They are an outcome of the tasks in the process well done. So as you start this new year, remember these three concepts. What's your dharma, the larger purpose? Why are you doing all this? Why are you in this business? What's the karma? What are the tasks that are involved in the process which will finally lead you to the phal, which is the results at the end of the year? Please do your karma. I'll talk to you soon. Stay unstoppable. Bye.